Why do you think real estate agents fail? The reality is that this industry is not as glamorous as it looks on television, right? Many agents leave the industry typically within a few years. They struggle with inconsistent incomes, fierce competition landscape, and building a steady client base is tough for many, if not all of us. So, why do so many agents struggle in this business? Today, we're going to discuss it. We're going to talk about why they fail. We're going to talk about what challenges they have and the keys to a long term success in real estate, as long as they're willing to dedicate to us. So, let's talk about the numbers first. Why exactly and what percentage of real estate agents actually fail the business? Inman probably tracks the real estate industry closer than anyone, and they report that 71% of real estate agents didn't close a single transaction in 2024. 71%. This doesn't necessarily mean all of them failed. Some of them may have been part-time agents for most of 2024. So taking a break or focusing on other aspects, teaching, continuing education courses, property management, or even investing may have been what they're utilizing their licenses for. So how many real estate agents actually fail? The truth is, it's difficult. There's no definitive source to track agent attrition across the industry. A lot of blogs cite statistics like 75% of agents failing their first year and 87% fail out within their first 5 years. But there's no verified data to back any of these numbers up. So measuring failure is tricky. Some agents leave the brokerage but stay licensed. Others exit the real estate industry entirely. What we do know is that many new agents really struggle to find traction. And without proper support, training, financial planning, brokerage presence, it's easy to burn out within 5 years, especially with the fluid nature of the industry itself. Hell, many agents struggle to even find long term success, and understanding common pitfalls can certainly help them avoid that. So, reason number one, let's get to it. A general portion of agents just have the wrong mindset. Owning a real estate business is a challenge, I can tell you. It comes with a lot of stress. One month we're closing deals left and right. The next month we're wondering where's your next client or paycheck going to come from. It is very easy to get discouraged when leads are going to ghost you, when deals are going to fall through, when you're at the closing table and clients can still walk away because something went sideways or they woke up on the wrong side of the bed that day. Remember, you'll fail at some point within this industry before you ever become a successful real estate agent. And as long as you're here for the long term and you're willing to accept failure as an opportunity to do better, things are going to be okay. But how do you stay motivated? I I won't say it's easy. I really can't do that. But having the right mindset is the key. Learn from agents who have made it. Learn from agents that understand that you're not always going to have that steady check. You're not always going to have an influx of cash as an independent contractor, but you always need to be closing. Always be closing. Success isn't about avoiding the failure, it's about pushing through it. Number two, general percentage of agents just don't have a financial plan. Money or the lack of it is a reason why a large percentage of these agents are failing too. And I could say that about any independent business person. Agents often make the mistake of hearing about how much commission that other agents have made. And now they think, wow, I'm as good, if not better, as those people. If those people can do it, I can do it. Yes, we are definitely pointing our fingers at reality TV shows right now, but overlook the essential expenses like brokerage splits, taxes, courses, marketing, lead generation. Staying afloat can be a challenge without a solid financial plan, especially if you're walking into this business on a tight budget. Believe me, you will build animosity overnight for the amount of fees, licensing management, continuing education courses. If you actually get as far as to get some accreditations and some certifications, the constant renewing of that, it's a licensing nightmare. Still, staying on track, sticking to a financial plan, no different than building a budget for your household and sticking to it. Ideally, you got to set aside 6 months of living expenses as an emergency fund. However, it's not always realistic for new agents who are just trying to find their footing. So most of them will start by joining a team or working as an assistant or opting for a brokerage that offers a salary plus commission scale to gain experience while they're maintaining some of this financial stability that they truly need. But no matter what your path is, you need to aim to live at 50% of your income while you're saving, reinvesting 20 to 30% during those slower months. This way, you're not building a business for today, you're securing financial stability for years into the future. Number three, get rich quick is an attitude problem. Many agents make the mistake of getting into this industry for this quick buck or focusing on the closing and close as many deals as possible. This is going to hinder building long lasting relationships. So, for the long haul, they're not going to have a solid career foundation. The real estate statistics from the NAR say that 88% of homeowners will use their real estate agent again. Repeat business and referrals are enormous opportunities. 20% of the business that I do year over year is referral and repeat business. They are enormous opportunities. But if you are constantly chasing the next deal without nurturing your past business, you're going to be leaving money on the table. And ultimately, the next bright, shiny realtor that knows better is going to pick those clients up super fast. The best way for you to avoid that mistake is going to be investing in a good client relationship management system. That's right, CRM technology. You need to know what it is early in your career. You need to stick to it, and you need to build relationships from it. Add every single lead into your CRM and nurture them. Check in, call them, text message them, email them, add newsletters. Real estate is a relationship business. It takes time, and there is no shortcut to success. But I'll promise you, it's a big wheel. And when you get it moving and that momentum starts going, I promise you, you can move the whole train with just a couple of cycles. Number four, skill set. Let's talk about it. While real estate education courses can teach you a lot, they'll mostly teach you industry law and regulation. Hell, the licensing courses don't even teach you sales. They simply teach you the ins and outs of a real estate transaction. Since most states only require like 60 to 180 hours tops of coursework, it is really easy to get a license without much of a barrier if you can dedicate to the books and the coursework. New agents always make the mistake of passing the exam and not learning or practicing essential real estate skills that they need: adaptability, negotiation, problem solving. Sharpening those kind of skills is truly going to take some effort in this industry, and that's going to go far beyond some exam. You need to consider what value is in it for you as an agent. But in the mindset, you need to understand how good you are in front of a person does not mean you have the knowledge to be a career agent in their eyes. For starters, 94% of home buyers want their agent to know the purchase process from end to end. 92% value a strong market knowledge. So again, intelligence, know-how, and ability to execute against that is the greater good when it comes to this industry. The more you're going to refine these skills, the more confidence and effective you are going to be in every transaction. Continuing education courses are going to give you that nice edge, and it's going to help you serve your clients better. Take classes that are relevant to your niche and how you do business. Reason number 5, some agents simply aren't good at follow up, probably the general portion of you. While most of you do something so simple, follow up is not what it's considered. Many agents give up after the first or the second attempt whenever they're trying to reach somebody, assuming that a lead isn't interested or that they are just in a sales mantra. Hell, it's difficult now to even own a telephone without some type of spam identity or something coming through. And for those of you that have been in real estate for a while, if you haven't reached out to these people before, you're immediately going to get into that spam filter from the telephone call or from the text message, especially on the email side. But here's the thing you need to realize: most buyers and sellers are not ready to commit immediately. It takes time. It's all about the timing. If you're not constantly staying in touch with people, building relationships, another agent will be. And they're going to be right there at your kid's school with a big table and a nice banner behind them to remind that person why they need to be working with a professional. Follow up, by the way, is not about being pushy. It is about building relationships, genuinely caring about people and what they are doing. A quick check in, a market update, a friendly, hey, how's the home search going, keeps you top of mind. Don't just ask about business every time you follow up, but don't make the mistake of just calling your client and say, hey, how are you and the kids doing, without reminding them that you're in real estate. Nothing will upset you more than a friend or someone that you've had a long-term relationship with forgetting that you were an agent when they needed one most. Reason number 6, you guys quit when the going gets tough. This industry, this time, right now, we are back to the most normal real estate swing on a calendar that I have ever seen. But you want to know why they fail? They simply don't buckle up and get through a difficult season, get through a tougher year. By the way, those of us that are successful right now are because during the difficult time when we didn't have an easy listing, when we didn't have a friend that was ready to buy a house, when the interest rates were higher and there was no hope for change as a consumer, when the indexes were so high that we couldn't even afford to go buy a house, much less get interested in going and looking at it. That's when all the agents fall apart. Look, we all experience a low season, a tough client, deals falling through. Real estate agent success is low because the agent didn't commit to the business to begin with, didn't understand that this roller coaster is something that you don't just jump off in the middle of the high point, and you're treating it like a temporary gig instead of a long-term career. The key to lasting in this industry is knowing the why. Why are you in it? If your only motivation is a paycheck, it'll be easy to walk away for you when things get complicated. A successful agent will always stay focused. They will always know what their bigger purpose is, and they will always be available to help clients and build financial freedom for themselves. Lean on a strong support system. Your broker and your brokerage needs to be a consistent presence in your life. They need to be available. They need to be able to call you back. Please expect them to be busy. If they're running any level of success in their business, they're busy, they're needed, they're wanted on the phone, and you're not their only agent. They are also probably working clients too. They should be competing with you so that they can stay relevant. Sorry, but I'm not working with a broker that was successful 20 years ago. I need one that knows what the heck is going on in the industry today. Reason 7. This one hits. You could just be at the wrong brokerage, and nothing holds you back more than having the wrong brand on your chest. Sorry, but you big brands and your big boxes out there, you suck. And the way that you treat your agents is deplorable. The way that you're not there for their success, you don't get involved in every single transaction is the reason that we as smaller brokerages do so well, because we actually care about the people that are there. And no, not all of us. There are some very disconnected brokers out there, but if you pick the wrong brokerage as an agent, especially as a new agent, it will break your success. There's no question about it. Most of them offer little to no training. They leave you figuring out things by yourself. Your brokerage firm has got to be not just a long term place for you to hang your license, it's got to set you up for long term success. It's got to give you advice just like this every single week. It cannot be a cold conversation. So when you're choosing your brokerage and when you're working with a brokerage, find out what their training is, find out what their coaching model is, find out what they offer for the long term. If it's the same old wheel that they just keep turning, every January you're doing the same old classes, every March you're doing the same old spring fling conversations, every month you're doing the same old hangouts, and none of it generates business for you, you're in the wrong place and you need to find out quick. If you're working with a team and your team doesn't offer coaching to get you some tools to success, invest in a tool yourself. As long as it fits within your budget, it's a smart idea to get some technical support without having 50 different apps that all do the same thing. Real estate is hard. Challenges that real estate agents face are many. Whether you are considering it for the first time, whether you are just recently licensed, or whether you've been in this for years, it is essential for you to understand that there are hurdles. And let me just give you a few of them. Struggling to generate consistent leads. New agents always underestimate the effort required to generate leads. No, you don't need to build a budget so that some company can generate leads for you. You need to learn how to go out there and define a client base and get it and earn it. Sales isn't just they walked into the sales floor and they had to buy a car today. Sales is I'm out there finding people that might have some car interest. I'm dragging them into the showroom floor. I'm handing out business cards. I'm calling and connecting. I'm getting them into the showroom. And even if they don't buy today, I'm calling and I'm following up afterwards for once they're ready to buy. Handling rejections, handling difficult clients. Rejection in this industry is inevitable, but how you're going to handle that makes all the difference. I don't care if you are sitting at a public restaurant and just spilt a fresh Coke all over your lap. How you handled that situation is how you're going to handle every situation. And you need to be in the mindset of everyone is watching me at all times, and I need to be the consummate professional, regardless of my hair being on fire. Work-life balance is a ridiculous ideal. You put your family first, and your family will understand when you need to dedicate to work. That's what work-life balance is. Work-life balance is I need to be able to control my personal life so that 80% of my time goes to myself and my family and my friends and running around and traveling and doing good things so that I can just dedicate 20% of that time, rest of that time to work. Now, you need to learn how to manage long work hours in the real estate industry and almost no work life balance. A flexible schedule will blur the line between personal and professional time. But without proper time management, you are going to find yourself overwhelmed, and you and your family and your friends are going to pay the price for it. Instead, keep up with it. Make them a part of it. Include them. If you truly work for yourself, and this isn't just a side hustle, there's plenty of time to have a good time. You can set true office hours for yourself. And if those office hours don't start till 2 o'clock in the afternoon, because that's when your clients become available and you're working until 8, 10 o'clock at night, then make that your schedule and make it public so that all of your friends and family know it. Keep up with the latest tech. Here at Keystone, especially, we are a huge technology company. We love our tech. We like to make sure that we have a good, strong technology stack to support ourselves and our agents. And we want to make sure that it's successful for our clients too. And yeah, that means we got to know the technology they're using as well. I don't work for Zillow, but I know their technology inside and out. Because 9 out of 10 of my clients are using Zillow when I'm not standing beside them to actually show them what's on the market. It's the most available menu. It's the Uber Eats of all the menus in your area and how fast you can get to a house you want to see. So keep up with it. Understand that if there's a new platform that's going to make you as an agent and your life easier, great, but understand what it repeats and get rid of the old tech if you're going to migrate to a new one. Don't try to keep them all juggling at the same time. Learning curves are steep with tech. You need to be able to stay on top of the latest tools. You need to be able to stay on top of the latest trends and the things that matter to agents and the things that matter to clients. And hopefully, somewhere, those things converge. Unsteady income and financial pressures. Having a commission-based business like real estate means income is unpredictable. Be smart. Work a budget and understand when money comes in, you still do your normal expenses month to month. If you get ahead at the end of the year and you've got an excess in there that doesn't need to be reinvested back into your real estate business, now you can cut yourself a fun money check or go take yourself out on a date and do a nice trip for yourself and potentially your family. But budget it correctly. Understand that you may only close one deal a month if you're lucky. You may only close one deal a quarter. And the general percentage of it, as you remember in the beginning, if 71% didn't close any deals, that means that probably half of what's left only closed one or two. So let's talk about some winning strategies to keep you in front of all of this. I know, before I even get started, you've already seen countless strategies. Hell, you've heard countless strategies from us right here on the show. But there are things that I truly believe that if we constantly reiterate with you agents, they will actually work. I use them. I am a very successful agent in my company. I am one of the most successful agents in my area. And these are the things that I do. Number one, surround yourself with the right people. This might really sound cliche, but real estate is about networking and relationships, not just with clients, but within the industry. You need to find like minded peers. Find a mentor who has been through it all. Attend all the real estate conferences. Go to all the networking events, as long as they're within your budget, obviously. But choose teams and people to surround yourself with that support your growth. And no, I just don't mean positive energy motivators that are going to charge you $1,000 a year to sit there and show you how to buck up, camper. I mean people that truly give a damn about how successful you are and that are with you on the ups and the downs. The person that's going to sit right there on the roller coaster with you and raise their hands when it's a high, and they're going to crouch down when it's a low. Number two, you need to invest in relevant agent training and stay coachable yourself. Look, with the internet at your fingertips, there is no shortage of free resources to level up your skills, ours included. The Keystone platform is wide open to 90% of the agents out there. 10% of the agents that work for us here are the ones that get the specialty classes and that are very specific to their line of business. If you want a piece of that action, join us. That's why we're here for you. But what I don't need you doing is diving into a bunch of audiobooks and reading industry blogs for the latest trends and not acting on it. Even lifestyle blogs can be a hindrance. So you need to make sure that the things that you're reading online, the books and the audios that you're listening to, the YouTube videos and the live shows like this one that you're getting hyped up by are true to your business. We are active agents. If you're not learning from someone that's in the industry, and if you're just learning from someone that understands the industry but doesn't actually participate in it, stop. You need to be surrounded by people that do what you do and do it well. Master financial planning is the next bullet. Commission checks are inconsistent, especially when you start out. You need to not just wing it when it comes to money. You need to set aside savings. You need to set aside emergency funds. You need to reinvest your earnings into your business and plan on all of your taxes and those things early on. Real estate is a long-term business. Those with healthy financial habits are going to remain successful even when things are slow. Next, double down on learning your technology and AI. This is not just the digital age anymore. Agents who thrive on embracing innovation and spend time in learning new real estate software and platforms understand what's coming next. AI, automation, and the technologies that can boost productivity while you're asleep is going to be the way to go. I don't need an AI agent doing this show for me. It keeps me plugged in. It keeps my mind sharp. It keeps my elocution smooth and ready to deploy on any client that walks in this office. But if I don't know what's coming next, I'm going to get left behind. Next, this right here. You need to increase your online presence. We already see it. Buyers and sellers are searching for agent online before they're even picking up the phone to figure out who you are. When they get your advertisement, they're checking you out. If you haven't Googled and looked for yourself online and saw yourself coming up everywhere, then you're not getting it done. If you don't have a strong digital presence, you are going to be missing out on the biggest leads, period. Stay active on social media. Update your real estate agent bio. Collaborate with influencers, online brokers. Ensure that potential clients can easily contact you. And make sure that your time in front of the client, even for 60 seconds, is relevant so that they believe you know what you're talking about. Finally, be realistic about the difficulties of this industry. Real estate is competitive, heavy competition. So many agents in the market, you have to out-strategize your competition. You need to deploy a differentiator between you and everyone else you're competing against. Successful agents will go eyes wide open from the time they wake up to the time they go to bed. You need to be committed to the learning that's necessary to keep you important. Look, here at Keystone, we are here to help you with every facet of your career and that success. I don't care what percentage of real estate agent fails. What matters is what you're doing to avoid becoming a part of that statistic. Remember, real estate success is going to come from consistency, adaptability, and the willingness to keep learning. If you're not practicing it, you're failing. A couple of questions get online, and then I'll cut everybody loose today. Do you feel like being a real estate agent is too hard? Great question. What I can say is, yeah, it's hard, but it's super rewarding. Getting your license was daunting all by itself. Landing my first client was difficult. But like any business, real estate demands patience and persistence. One thing for sure, success does not come overnight, and it didn't for me either. Some agents take years to build a thriving business, but hang on to it, because those that stick to it are the ones that adapt and the ones that put in the work and the ones that get to sit on these recordings and say, I saw the market when it did this. What do you feel like realtors struggle the most with? Again, the market is incredibly unpredictable. So naturally, most of the realtors struggle with fluctuating market conditions. They don't know how to generate leads when the market changes. They don't know how to deal with rejection and marketing and lead generation expenses when they need to be concentrating on it when they have the time. So until they actually get that done, the constant struggle of, hey, I had a good day today, and whether I should put forth the same amount of effort, if not more, to have a good day tomorrow is a constant lapse in judgment for agents. Is there a future for real estate with AI looming? Fantastic question. This one I like. I'm going to hit you up after the show too. Absolutely. Artificial intelligence and the technology that is swarming it are evolving and changing the industry. No question, across the board. I am seeing it in manufacturing. I am seeing it in government. I am seeing it in traditional public sector. I am seeing it all across the board in private sector, even financial securities. In real estate, buyers and sellers are still relying on real estate agents for guidance. Sorry, AI, but you don't have all the questions. You definitely don't have all the answers. Just like the Zestimate can't tell you what my house is really worth because it's never walked in the door and doesn't know what to see like I know what to see. The key to staying relevant in real estate and staying in front of technology trends is simply refinement of your skills. When you're sitting down and you're trying to figure out whether or not that work life balance is working for you, polish the stone. There's always a rough edge you can be working on. There's always something new that you can be crafting. There's always a little bit of you that you can be concentrated on. Have a great day today, everybody. Do good business. Looking forward to seeing you on the other side of that 71% failure marker. Have a great weekend, everybody. Recording stop. All righty.